Reboot is naughty and is adult. Very naughty. Don't look at it if you're a baby. Because we say sex.
Tabletop time.
That was the worst timing ever.
Did it start on me saying sex or did it immediately?
I'm fairly certain it will start off with you saying sex.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
I was just giving the advisory warning for our Twitch audience.
Can we no, that's fair. Can we have a mature professional introduction, please?
Sure, we'll need to hire new people.
Go.
Oh,
hi, I'm Rob, and I'm
Dave,
Seb.
and I'm the
Seb is a bespoke.
I'm the narrator of
who's
this
been
episode,
kidnapped, and he's recently been returned, and now
I often have to deal with people talking over me.
He's a bit damaged at the moment, but hopefully he's going to do some good things. He's got a really important meeting today.
Who are you? Who's next?
Well, I'm next. I'm Jazza, and I'm playing Prodigy or Pro, the little brother of the group. I'm really proud of how all that turned out. By the way, I love you guys.
My name is Jen, and I play Eve, and I am a drone, and yep, I really want this to end now because it's been super awkward.
Hey. And are you relaxed? Are you comfortable, Jen?
Yes.
Because I have a feeling tonight you're going to be doing a whole lot of leaning back in your chair and watching us roleplay. Because we have another environment where Eve, the drone, is going into a formal meeting in the city.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
It's episode 1, version 2.
It's what I do behind the scenes that matters.
That's it. Oh, you could go on a whole stealth mission. Who knows? I certainly don't know. I certainly haven't.
She sucks at that too.
Tuck some incognito burritos in the pockets, and we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know.
I love the idea of Eve sabotaging the place, and they come around and there's just someone's just jammed a burrito into like a supercomputer, just pressed it into the cooling fan. There's just sauce spraying out the
I've
side.
accessed the mainframe. All right. Well, we have a bit to recap. Last week was a bit of a roller coaster, and now we're stepping into a pretty intense episode.
I'm sorry.
You don't know that.
We opened the last episode being like, we've got a really important meeting today.
Yeah. I was like, I love how the last episode you opened with, all right, is everyone good to go to the meeting? Shall we just, oh no, just one thing. Oh, well, just one more thing.
2 hours later.
I had the best opening, and now I've just realised and I've ruined it, but that's fine.
Do it now.
Go.
So my name is Jen. I play Eve, and I am accepting submissions into Australia's X Factor for the year 2035.
Jesus,
whatever,
that's
2090
old.
20
something.
whatever year we are currently
2090.
in. My computer's
2090.
malfunctioning.
It's literally called Reboot 2090. Did you have that?
2019.
Did you have that thing where like your clock ticked over 2089 and just
Yeah.
it was like the whole
I have been
Y2K.
shot in the head.
Y2K2.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm now accepting submissions.
So in other words, we're ready to start our episode.
Yep.
And we will pick up our episode. It's the morning of the meeting, isn't it?
It is the morning
We've all
of-
slept. Where exactly did we leave off last week?
So, Songbird
It was
agreed,
with Songbird
yeah.
owning up to being willing to be the guinea pig.
Cool.
Which I assume means she's coming to the meeting,
Yeah.
bringing her along.
Doesn't have to.
Nah.
Can be. This is to organize. This is a reconvening. It would be weird to bring the test sample.
That's
Don't
reasonable.
worry.
Should we? I walk. Let's duck into role play.
Mm-hmm.
I walk into the bar in the morning as sort of people are getting ready, and I sort of turn to Seb, sort of looking to him as the one who's most protective, and I want to do things right by him because I also know that I sort of pushed in the other direction.
There is a loud snoring at the bar as there is a large figure slumped over it, snoring, surrounded by empty bottles and an overflowing ashtray.
Ah,
Yeah. Otherwise, the bar is empty. No one's in. No one's working.
cool. Where are you? I just assumed you're in the bar. If no one's
I mean,
in
if
here.
it's the morning, I'm probably still in bed.
Yeah, okay. All right, I wander in towards your room and knock on the door.
Cool. So you reach Zhang's room?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're wondering if she's kicked me out because I can see.
I think she's kicked you out. So the night before, Seb slept on Ugly's disgusting chateau thing.
I would have given him my hammock. He can sleep in my hammock. I would have been up all night.
He didn't get a choice. Ugly just
I would
carried.
have refused a hammock.
Because he shaved you.
Oh,
He
he
shaved you and
did, yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
good
you've
job.
slept. He has a very nice is it a chase lounge? Is that what it's
Ugly's.
called? I picture
Okay.
those like lounges where you like sort of 1930s women would lay and be like with a martini. Yeah, you've slept on that with a rug. He's been in his bed, but
Cool.
he's still asleep. So you reach Ugly's door.
So like tap on the door.
Seb, with your enhanced perception and not being knocked out on a cocktail of drugs, would wake up first.
I suspecting that might be the case, crack the door open and sort of
It's
peek
locked.
in. Ah, okay. I don't crack the door open. Well, this is awkward.
Hello.
Hey, just me.
Muffled through the wall, obviously.
Just me trying to get ready for stuff. Do you need anything? I mean,
A shower wouldn't go amiss, but I'm kind of stuck here until Ugly wakes up.
Destiny roll. And we got a 13. So he will be able to be woken up with a stir.
I'm going to let him sleep.
Okay.
all right, I'll be back soon. I was wondering, should I take some photos with of Songbird just so they know who we're talking about?
No, I don't think that'll be needed. They'll take us on our word.
Okay. Call me if you need me.
Will do.
I'll walk away.
Time passes, a reasonable amount of time.
During this time, if Songbird is willing, would like to do like a full medical write-up on Songbird
Yep.
and keep it as a report.
Well, she's not here. She's gone home.
Okay, then she just fill it out as much as she sort of
Well,
knows.
you're going to see her multiple
Yeah,
times
that's cool.
before
Then
this deal.
Whenever she comes back, I'd like to approach her.
Cool. Probably won't be until the evening,
That's
which will be after your meeting. Because that's
Oh.
when she's working next. She had the night shift.
Okay.
Okay, so hours pass. Ugly wakes up. Groggily gets out of bed.
Morning.
Oh, morning. You need a shower?
I wouldn't say no.
Do you want Zhang to do it, or do you want me to take you in like a rubber ducky?
Definitely not that.
All right. He picks you up and he walks over to the entrance to his room very groggily, and he opens his door. And he pushes out sort of what you assume is a tray, like a room service tray. He kind of kicks it out. There's a couple of glasses and plates on it that are dirty. He shakes them off. And then he just puts you on the tray and slides it out the door and then pulls the door shut, leaving you in the hallway in front of this room. But just before he closes the door, he's like, "Oi, someone, fucking Sam!" And then the door shuts.
That's so rude.
I'll go.
He's
follow.
very tired and groggy and has massively dosed up on drugs the night before. And he probably thinks it's very funny, even if it's completely not.
Yep.
I go find him and take him to
Cool.
Zhang's.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay. So after getting cleaned up, which we can move through pretty quickly, you all get yourself in a state where you can be ready to go about your day.
I'd like to make some modifications to Seb's wheelchair, please.
I completely stop any attempts to modify my wheelchair.
You can verbally do that. You can't physically.
Would you like some party streamers on the handles?
No.
How about some of those little clicky-clack things that go on the spokes of the wheels?
I think I'm going to pass on the alterations.
Okay. Would you like me to clean it?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah.
That I'll say yes to.
Understood. I'll clean it, sanitize it, blah, blah.
Yep.
Look, catching a whiff of my own musk and sort of getting the vibe that people are showering and knowing that I haven't done this for weeks, I'm like, knowing the day to day, I'm like, yeah, I might go hit a shower too. I'll see you around.
All right.
And you reconvene after an hour of basic tasks, fully ready to set out for the day with no more interruptions.
Okay.
Bro,
Great.
did you forget to brush your teeth?
No, because I have in these last few hours. Pro's got his hair. It's long enough now that he can sort of like pull it back and.
Wait, do you brush your teeth?
Really?
You tell me, do you brush your teeth?
I hang on. Are we getting on with this, or are we going into the
but this is
detrimental-
important.
We're destiny
This
rolling.
is for the fan artists. Do you brush your teeth?
Not consistently.
Destiny roll, we got a 12. Okay, you know what? You're young and you're lucky.
And
if you
he's
don't
barely
start
had
improving,
sugar in his whole life.
yeah, if you don't start improving your dental care,
Really? That's what you highlight. Oh, he's not much for sugar. Just hard drugs.
Okay, well, you know. Guys,
don't
can we
worry, you
just
have
back-
those
get
meth
on my
teeth
back.
in no time.
Get on my back about my hard drugs. Oh, speaking about hard drugs,
Yes.
Pro has been trying to not do hard drugs, especially since he's been in this place surrounded by everyone. He has, you know, for the first few nights and trying to find information and all this stuff, but leading up to the meeting, he's known he wants to be a bit more respectable and in control. He's feeling also the eyes of Zhang and people around him, like he wants to be a bit more together. So he is tired.
Okay, you're going into this meeting with your faculties impaired.
He doesn't think of it that way, but yeah.
Yeah, overly tired. So Pro looks like shit. He's exhausted. You don't have to roll if you're tired.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, you just choose that you're tired, and then
Okay.
you don't have then you have the low perception
Cool. All right.
and none of the benefits.
Eve's gonna change back into her Ningyao outfit as well.
Ooh, okay.
For this meeting.
Inclusive of the band-aid on the head still.
Yeah. Well,
There's not much you can do
Can we
about
make
that.
it? Can we make it not look like a bullet hole?
not really.
Not really.
Kind of hard with a non-human face.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pro's not wearing his hoodie. He's just wearing the attempt at a suit and trying to wash up a bit.
Is it the same suit that you wore 2
Oh,
years
yeah,
ago?
yeah. It's the suit he got back in season 1 when he got the free suit heading into the city to the
Yep.
first meeting
Oh,
all that time
man.
ago. Except he's also now worn it under his clothes in combat and all sorts. So
It's kind of gross now.
it's kind of gross.
So, Seb, Rob, you last session had sort of voiced that there were a few things you wanted to do. You wanted to leave early and you wanted to do a bunch of stuff prior to the meeting.
Yeah.
Now is the opportunity to do that.
Well, I
You have a
guess.
few problems to get through as well,
Okay.
like how you're getting into the city.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could wheel in, but my parents would probably like stop that pretty quickly. Okay. To ugly?
I was fishing for a tissue, but I don't have one. It's fine.
To ugly.
You're going to go to Ugly.
Yeah, the man that can get us in the city without being detected, ideally.
Well, that's Vinod who allowed that to happen.
We can go to Vinod. Someone else can ask him.
Who would like to?
I'll go to Vinod.
Okay, Destiny roll. Is Vinod around? It's an 8. Yes, but he's
Yes.
cooking breakfast.
Oh, okay.
He looks up at you.
Vinod,
Yes, that's me.
we acquire assistance.
You're not my boss, Drone, he says with a newfound confidence.
How's your leg going?
Fine.
Would have been a shame if someone wasn't there to help you that day.
Or make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
So rude.
Sassy bot.
That was rude to me.
Would be a shame if someone fucked
Challenge
you
level
up
2.
right now.
Oh.
4 successes.
You accidentally threaten him. Because you're like, would have been a shame if someone wasn't there to reattach your leg, kind of forgetting that you're the reason he doesn't have a leg in the first place.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
his eyes just bug a little bit and he's like, Jesus, robots give me the creeps. What?
Seb needs a way into the city.
He can walk. He's, well, you know what I mean. He's a citizen.
When we
Isn't it you and Pro that are the problem?
Not necessarily. When we reach the gate, there is no guarantee we will be let through.
He's going to make a check. Challenge level 3.
Actually, can Pro get in, being property of Ambin?
He
Not without being
can
noticed.
with you, but it will immediately flag the owners of him. He just shrugs and says, I don't have anything that can help you, short notice.
Is there a way...
'Cause he doesn't know your particular plight either. He doesn't know about the ownership thing.
Is there a way to search to see if we are potential threats?
What do you mean?
So I'm basically trying to convey, like, if he can look on the system and say, like, there is a Seb, but it's been, like, flagged for, like, arrest, and then, like, do you know what I mean?
Get what, like hacking police systems? That's pretty high level stuff.
I turn around to Bro.
That's beyond me. And I can't think of a reasonable way in the time frame we have that we can get there on foot. But above, perhaps, if we could somehow get in the air. Don't your fancy types travel by helicopter a lot? I mean, surely this guy would have a helipad.
Yeah, but he's also probably the type that expects you to fly your own.
Yeah, so we're kind of up shit creek. We were so busy thinking about who we were going to pitch, we didn't realize how we were going to get there to pitch it.
You have enough time in the day that you could get there, even on foot. It's still morning, and it's not till the evening, the meeting. And you're in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. Be a shitty walk. Like you're walking from Essendon down to Docklands.
Vinod, any chance you could ping my identity on the other side of the city?
It's not really what I do. I can create fake identities that will pass for a little while.
Could you clone an identity? I mean, you've got his right here. What if?
He just says, look, I could, but you need to go today, right?
Yeah.
Not today. Couldn't happen today.
Oh, hang on. Many hands make light work. Zhang and I could pull our weight and make this happen. If we can duplicate Seb's ID, maybe mine a couple of times too, and spread out where these are being...
All right. So for that plan to work, you'd need to have saps walking into the city with these duped IDs. It
or
would
at least
work.
attempting to and being turned back.
Sure. But it's going to ping up. Look, in theory. But again, you're going to need saps walking in and... like, I can't remote ping it, but I can certainly create a fake ID, and if someone would have be carrying it when they walked in, it'll ping up as one of you. If... Well,
what happens
again,
if a slumber gets caught with a fake ID?
depends how lucky they are.
Give us a range.
Okay. Honestly, most of the time, turned around, shoved back into the slums.
Well, if
But sometimes they call the cleanup crew, which basically means hosing them off the sidewalk afterwards. I've seen it done. It's an unconscionable risk, he says, looking like he couldn't give a shit.
What usually provokes that kind of response?
Depends if there's humans on the checkpoint. And that can go either way. But I find usually the robots are slower to respond with extreme prejudice, whereas some of the cops will just bark the order, not think twice.
I turn to Seb and say, well, since you tend to have the most fine-tuned conscience of anyone in the room, what are we risking here? Ourselves? Or some people willing to take a risk for a lot of free meals? maybe some cash.
Look, the only thing I needed in the city was a change of clothes. Perhaps we send someone in that's not going to flag it, get him to pick up a suit, and meet us on near the northern suburbs, and we can...
Wait, the meeting's not in the city?
Is the meeting in the city? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, they're not coming out here to meet you.
Oh, that's shit.
We're going in the city.
You're actually, this is the first time you're meeting in Reboot Tower in the CBD. It's actually on work premises. And the meeting is at like 5:30. It's not like a dinner meeting. It's like an end of business day meeting.
Yeah. Look, there are those options, but the other one is you call mom and dad and somehow convince them to be patient and know they'll see you later rather than chasing after you today.
I don't think there's going to be any way to get around this.
Bernard, query. How do weapons going through the gate work?
Not well. Why? He like leans into you. Your fucking robot is fucking crazy.
What about something small, like a taser?
Yep, no, bad idea.
We can't take weapons.
They scan you. It's like,
Although you can take medical supplies.
I mean, with the right drone, you could probably smuggle with some smuggling compartments. Yeah, better than anyone. I mean, it's hard to scan for metal, but you guys, you'll get scanned straight through.
They're not going to check what's in your syringes. You're an Eve unit.
I think we just
Interesting.
minimise how much time we're going to spend in the city. Look, I've got a tailor. I'll call ahead, give him what he needs to know to set something up. We'll go in, get it, and head straight there.
So the key is
Speed.
leave latest as reasonable, come home as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You make your call, and let's cross our fingers.
Understood.
Is that going to work?
You can call ahead to a...
Yes.
Yeah, no worries.
Pro
They'll make it faster.
Yeah.
Pro rubs his eyes and sort of walks off and yawns.
Oh.
I make my call.
To the tailor. Cool. They're flustered, but happy to serve.
And I obviously let them know the details of my limbs.
Yeah, they say it'll, in the time allotment, be difficult, but they'll make it work because they're that confident, like, we'll make it work. But how could you put us through this situation? But all for you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. So,
I think time is passing. I think
yeah,
we're waiting
until
to-
you guys are leaving,
Let's-
whenever you
let's
tell me you're
just-
leaving.
Let's just go for it.
I have
Yeah.
a super quick question. Can I load up with a sedative?
What sedative?
Something that puts you out?
Strychnine.
Odds. Okay, yeah. Ugly has morphine, and he has
Woohoo!
it entirely for recreational use.
Woohoo!
But he can give you morphine.
Great. I'd just like to load up a couple of syringes.
Done.
Seems like
you
a
have
good
two
idea.
syringes of morphine.
Thanks.
And he says if you don't use them, give them back to him.
No worries.
Anything else you guys need?
No.
Okay.
We can leave.
We can leave. You head to where are you crossing?
We're going to the border and arranging a car.
Which part of the border?
Can I? Sorry.
Whatever's closest.
Can I just what's the word when you takesy backsy something?
Sure.
Recant. Veto.
What's the word in like storytelling when you change in the part?
Retcon?
That one. Can I have asked if your tailor could get some spare suits, something like?
Eve pulls out the suit that she bought for you, Seb, and goes, "Was this one not okay?"
Wait, what was wrong with it again?
I rolled like a 7 on the destiny.
It's fine. It's just not.
It'd be way
amazing.
better than mine. I look like greedily at the suit and I'm like, if you've got other arrangements, can I borrow that suit?
Was it 20?
I rolled a destiny. I'm going to say that if this interaction had happened, which my 20 now dictates that it has happened before I called the tailor, I'm going to organise something for you two.
Okay. What does the narrator allow?
Just Say yes.
Yeah, you can organize.
Okay,
a
cool.
room.
Yay!
Eve looks sad.
Nice. Okay.
There's
Poor Eve.
Sorry, Eve. It's just we're visiting a certain type of people. There's appearances of everything.
Do you mind if I fold it up and pack it in my backpack? You never know what the city people have. It might be weird.
No worries. You could end up in a coffin again down the Yarra River.
Sure hope not, but
Yes, I do.
yeah.
I hope not to.
Tend to find our way into surprises, so best be safe.
All right. So your journey through the slums can lead you in a variety of ways towards the Ven. Which way would you like to go? You can go down to the main Ven into Busy
Are
Gang
we able
Turf.
to switch over to view this? Is this a view? Is this the map?
It's so not worth the effort.
Go. It's not even effort. All I have to do is press a button.
Oh,
Is it
okay,
loud?
sure. Yeah.
Hey!
It's cropped weirdly.
Oh.
That's fine.
But yeah, so you can go through Busy Gang Turf, and these keep popping up when I'm trying to.
That's kind of cool to see like this.
Yeah. So you are located at Ugly's Bar, Ugly's Motors. So this is the Ven that you're used to. Stop!
And we're trying
Stop!
to
Get rid of the overlays in the top, top
one?
corner. You can actually turn them off.
I don't know how.
There's like a.
It's not worth the effort.
Rob, you're huge.
Okay. So
Slash more. There you go.
so yeah, so we can you can go through Busy Gang Turf. You can try and sort of go down the river, which is how this canal
yes.
is how Pro got in last time.
Yes.
And you can also go the Palace Pub route. So there's the Palace Pub.
Is there like boats on the Yarra that you can take? You know how there's like
No.
No? Okay.
It's very heavily like
gross and
sneaky.
awful.
It's sneaky stuff.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't the Yarra. This is a canal.
Oh, okay.
Yarra's like south of Melbourne, Jen.
I
Come
don't
on.
know where we are.
Okay. So yeah, or you can go down near the forest.
Ooh.
I think we go past the Palace Pub and play it cool, like we're
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
to travel.
Nothing's wrong. We're just heading on out.
Okay. So you head on through.
Coming back from your
Can I arrange a
philanthropic
car
trip.
to meet us at that point?
Yes.
Uber.
And I'm going to destiny roll for the crossing.
A cyber
that you
Uber.
pick.
Uber.
It's gotta be futuristic.
Yeah, Uber Infinity. Oh no.
And we got a 3 on the
Oh,
destiny.
no.
So as you round the bend
This always fucking happens.
and head on up to the crossing. So you've got through the slums, no hassles. No one's bothered you. But as you get to the crossing, you can see 2 large security drones. And I mean, drones is the wrong term. They're robots. And it's unusual to see 2 anywhere, but there's 2 of them. These are the high sort of military grade. They've got weapons. They've got clear deadly armament all over them. They think at a glance, think of the robot from RoboCop that they're testing with the Gatling guns. Like they're that style of thing. There's also like 3 human police officers and a collection of drones, drone police. You know that there are police and drone police. They work together in squads. Usually it's 1 officer to every 3 drones and they move around in a squad like that. And yeah, so there's like a dozen people here at the crossing.
I say we just go for it.
All right. And you approach. Immediately, a drone turns towards you.
Unregistered citizen, step back.
Wait, who's he talking about? How were you registered, Seb?
I'm bespoke. It's kind of inherent.
All groups must disperse. There has been violence in the area.
I look towards it. Can I see your superior?
The robot, the drone, looks you up and down.
Illegal citizen, do not leave your refuse in the street. Wheel it elsewhere.
I think he just called you refuse. I refuse to take that sitting down. No.
So you basically are being completely cockblocked by a drone, but
Yeah.
you know, if you attack, you could obviously try and get the attention of a superior. You don't know how that'd go.
How far away is the next gate from here?
They're not, the crossings are very uncommon. Then it's pretty well locked down, so it's not for a while.
Okay, can I see?
I mean, you could go around, but
Can I see what's happening?
there's just a lot of police here, and there's a lot of trash everywhere, a lot of rubbish, a lot of like broken stuff, signs. As you look around, make a perception check.
All of us? Actually, nah, fuck it. I'm going to Karen moment.
Yeah, you can go.
Go on.
I'm gonna go by what you got. So you got a
two
2.
successes.
You could literally call you.
So you see around, I'll just describe the scene. At this crossing, there's like broken signs, and while there's nothing evident in the area and it seems like everyone's scurried, you can see that there are like sprays of blood and chemicals on the ground all around the area.
Mate, can I see your superior?
It like clicks its head up and down.
What are you doing, man?
You have 10 seconds to comply.
I step forward.
You have 9 seconds until I buy you, and then have you turn into tin cans.
I put my hand on your shoulder, Seb.
Yeah, Seb, you're not in a place to bargain right now.
I turn to the drone.
Do you know who I am?
Fuck, he said it.
I turn to the drone and say,
You have 5 seconds to comply.
I'm going to yell out to the other people. Anybody hear me?
Okay. What do you yell out?
Oi, mate, can I speak to you? This tin can's an idiot.
All right. Can I get you to make a persuasion check?
Challenge level?
I'll set it by rolling these dice.
He rolled a Disney 3.
6.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I just rolled 6 dice and got 6 successes.
Fuck, what are you doing, Rob?
6.
oh.
Roll off again.
Good
You
stuff.
can't get that again twice.
No, I can't, but I can get 3. Good roll, Rob, to counter that. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
6.
Okay.
Oh my god. Good job.
Heart is fucking racing.
2.
This, like, in a flicker of movement, a baton comes out and just sparks into electricity as the other hand just reaches down and pulls out a sidearm. Like, it happens in a second. You can't even register it.
1.
And then this baton's like half swing, and then, oi! Hold it! And a large cop, human, sort of strides over. You got some pluck? What do you want?
Just trying to get into the city.
City doesn't want you.
I sincerely doubt that. You want to run it through your system? Missing persons? Sebastian Allen. Go on. And when you've done that, have this fuckhead destroyed.
All right, right. Oh, I'm going to roll a destiny for that.
18.
All right, he takes it well. Some cops that would just be like, all right, now I'm not going to do that now. He took that well. And you have got the persuasion check, and he looks at him and he says, scan him.
Must I?
And you guys are like, that's slightly unusual. And you guys don't deal with police, so this is something that you're not familiar with. Yeah, mate, you must. That's an order.
This uses more battery than he's worth.
And there's like this.
Mate, my piss is worth more than you. And it's full of blood right now.
And then he looks, the drone stops, scans you a second time, looks at the cop.
What's that scanning?
Interesting. Potentially missing person. Potentially fake identification.
Mate, I'm regrowing a fucking arm. And I flail it. Do I look like I live here?
Confirm regrowth pattern. Bespoke. Sebastian Allen.
The cop raises an eyebrow. They don't look like, they're not like being coyed or being particularly shocked or impressed. Rough night out in the slums, eh?
Mate, I've been missing for a while. There's a lot of people looking for me, and I'm just trying to get home.
Well, today's your lucky day. I'll teach you twice for coming out to the slums looking for all kind of fucking sick shit that you city pricks like to get up to out here. So, jog on.
No worries. I was serious, though. I'm going to buy that robot and turn him into tin cans. Charge it to Ambin.
Sure. Go for it, mate. Sure, your family's got lots of sway with the coppers.
Pretty sure they do.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they do, but you are also, you know, he's not being anti. He's just like sure, mate. Like I've heard it all before. You get the suspicion that while he probably believes you, he also just doesn't care. He's like, go for it,
I'm being
mate.
antagonistic.
Yeah, which is fine. You're pissed off.
Is Officer wearing a badge? His name badge?
No. Oh God, no.
Interesting.
There ain't no body cams or name tags. In fact, you notice, not that you know much about police, that all of them have like response gear on and all of their name tags or badge numbers are all blacked out.
Okay. And the drone
No
as well.
accountability needed.
The drone as well has no identification on it. Okay. All right. Interesting.
All right, I think we're done here. And I wheel Sebastian forward.
All right, where's that car?
I'll roll one more destiny roll. A 3.
Well, that's fun.
Can you stop rolling that dice?
Is this for a separate event or the current one?
The robot,
Okay.
the drone, as you wheel him past. This is weird because the drone, you haven't dealt with police drones and they're operating at a high, he seems to be operating at a fairly high level.
You can pass, Sebastian, as can your family's property. But
Looks towards Eve.
might you have an explanation for why this drone is in your possession?
I do.
Go on.
I didn't say I'd give it to you.
It's not registered to you.
I know.
This is unregistered drone. It does not belong to you.
Yeah, I know that. It's registered to Clements. Good family friends. Clements, is that their name?
Yes.
You're not registered to them.
She was.
To the Clement
Is
family.
that the wrong name? What was,
Oh,
what was
no,
the
Your
name?
no, no,
family's
no,
name.
sorry.
What
Your
was their
family.
family's name? It had a name because we've used this as an excuse before.
Yes. Yeah.
What was it?
I at this moment can't remember.
Say that family's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
He
says,
says, they were pronounced dead months ago. This is not your property.
Yeah, I know that. It's theirs. They gave it to me months ago.
Do you have proof, or are you in possession of an unregistered drone?
I mean, I might be, but mate, I've been fucking kidnapped for 6 months.
We're going into the city to sort out these affairs. We won't be any problem.
We
And
came into the slums on a philanthropic mission to set up a soup kitchen to give people medical aid. We borrowed the Evebot. Shit went down.
the drone pulls back and pulls out.
Can I be speaking of the human at the same time?
He's actually letting the drone talk.
Okay.
It is the guy's kind of like, what's happening? And he pulls out this thing and you see the drone lean back and there's a cockiness in his attitude and he says,
That's an on-the-spot fine.
and he starts to like slowly write out with a stylus on this pad, a fucking fine.
Yeah.
And then he prints it out and he just places it, like he hands it across to Seb and he pushes it towards your little like semi-formed hand.
You are not above the law. Remember that. Enjoy your time in the city.
I'm enjoying my time away from you.
I'll take the piece of paper.
Yeah.
from
and
Thank you. I say wheeling Seb away.
It's quite a substantial fine for being in possession of an unregistered drone. And it has like stuff about, this has been marked against your record, blah, 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 blah. So, after the uncomfortable crossing at the checkpoint with more police presence than you've ever expected, you push on through. And after a while, you come to the canal where the Palace Pub rests on the other side, the sort of halfway house that is largely ignored by law enforcement and gangs. Clearly, a bunch of people are on the take when it comes to the Palace Pub. And in front of you, upon your approach, you see a large man sort of nod at you, whistle. You see the scurrying of what looks like maybe like a couple of 12-year-olds up on a balcony, a little bit more motion. And then you can't really tell where it happens, but a chain starts getting pulled and this little bridge drops down over the canal. And you're used to that. It's part of the thing, lookouts and checkouts and all that. And you cross, passing the Palace Pub. Make a perception check, Sebastian.
We need to get a move on. That final have triggered with my parents. Do I have a challenge level?
Challenge level 4.
5.
As you like leave, as you're passing the Palace Pub, and you look back at the balcony where you had a drink, you catch the eyes just for a second of a bespoke that you met once before, and she clearly is watching you, and she like pushes down sunglasses over the edge and is just watching you walk past, pushes it back up, pulls up a data slate, leans back, starts to type.
I nod to her.
She nods back.
I keep going.
She's not being discreet or anything, and you don't necessarily think she was like reporting on you immediately, but
Yeah.
she clocked you. And you press on into the city. At a certain point, you pass the precipice, and like a shimmer, woof, the world becomes clean and pristine and cityfied.
I fucking hate this part.
People walk around. Destiny roll 19. Being well taught in their respectfulness towards Sebastian. It is immediately the opposite. No extra looks. In fact, kind of in the slums, you get looks of sympathy. In this, you get that sense of people almost deliberately not looking at you. Like they're making sure they're not looking at you because that would be rude. Which is good because it's actually operating in the opposite of the bespoke. You usually draw attention, but now you draw attention in a way that distracts. So you push into the city, and you don't have to go far before there is a car waiting for you. Pile in. Door shuts. This gets heading to the tailor.
Man, this really is a world I could never get used to. How did you feel going to the slums for the first time?
It was a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, culture shock. Looking out the window, seeing the pristine buildings and beautiful people walking the streets.
Seb's phone starts to ring.
Who is it?
Your father.
I answer it.
Sebastian, finally come home. Your mother was telling me. You're back.
Just stopping by. I don't plan on staying in the city too long.
I was waiting for your call, son. How long must you make your father wait?
You've always been a patient man.
Yes, well, patience is fast becoming not one of my virtues, son.
Everything okay?
Of course. Of course. Never better. Everything's fine. So,
Can I do perception on that?
yes, you can. Challenge level 3.
Three.
It means we re-roll. Ooh. 4.
4.
Oh.
My goodness. If we tie again with 5, I'm just rolling one more each time.
5.
Okay, you're at an impasse. We now hit this thing where he's your dad, and it's really annoying because sometimes he's fine, sometimes he's fucking lying about being fine, and you just genuinely can't tell.
Yeah.
Either way.
All right. Keep your secrets.
I never keep secrets from you, son. You know that. But you keep an awful lot of secrets from your old man. So how are you?
I've been better.
I was waiting for your call. And what do you mean you've been better?
Wow. You know, it's rough out in the slums.
Yes, that's why you should make haste back here.
Oh, Dad. Trying to make it better.
Well, I think it would be best if you come home for your mother's sake. She's worried sick.
Yeah, I know. I'll get there when I can.
What's that going to mean, son?
Means I'll get there when I get there, but I'll do my best.
All right, I'll tell your mother.
Do us a favour, don't let her drop a squad of mercs on us. We're just here for a meeting, then we're going to head back out.
I've already diverted one, son. I don't think I'll be able to divert the second.
I'll try and be quick then.
And
Thanks,
he
Dad.
hangs up. And out of the corner of your eye, you just see this helicopter going somewhere.
You're not going to be able to hold them off forever, you know.
I know.
And without any more interruptions, you arrive at your tailor's.
I wave at them from the car and tell them to hurry up. Throw it in.
The guy runs out and he says, yes, here it is. It was very difficult. Hands the package in. We did have a message with your payment. It was for Sebastian. He looks around, not expecting. Oh, but you did mention your disability now.
Yeah.
So he says, Sebastian, it was for you, Sebastian. It was from your mother. She says, if you're not going to come and see her, that enjoy these suits.
Well, she is paying.
Yes. There was something in the tone, though, when she said enjoy the suits. Anyway,
Jeez,
good luck.
She didn't request any alterations, did she?
No?
Good, good.
Talk about helicopter parenting. I say, like, looking out the window at the helicopter that's sort of passed by.
There's more than a few flying vehicles, but there was one that looked very military.
Yeah.
That may have just been a coincidence, but it was like, yeah, cool.
Cool.
And you leave.
Yep, and struggle to get into the suit with these two assistants.
Yep. How does it look?
Good.
Good.
Very good. Yeah, fantastic.
Cool.
Is it literally
Did you get
just-
one too? Was that what we organized?
I got one too.
Where are you getting changed into it? In the car?
In the car,
Okay,
yeah.
so it ends up looking not as good as it could because it's all crumpled and stuff, but it looks good. It's a fine suit. Pro looks better than he's looked in months. And Seb looks as good as you can look, given what he's been through.
Yeah. All right, onwards.
Cool.
I'm assuming the suit has like a little sleeve and then is otherwise sort of capped off, or
Usually they pin it.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
going to
so
say
like
your
folded
arm
up.
is pinned in, or even your semi-developed arm, because it's probably not particularly functional yet. You can do very rudimentary things with it at this stage. Needs a couple more weeks before you're pushing around things. But yeah, I think to make it look a bit cleaner, it's just sort of a lower cuff on one arm and a high, it's sort of at the shoulder on one, but then halfway down elbow area. Yeah. And you push on until you arrive at the tower. There's a large, colossal even, corporate building in front of you. Fountain in front, taking up lots of space. Statues. Statues lining either side of all different, like, perfect versions of humanity, leading into the entrance to a building. A large sign that says Reboot.
All right, well, I'm glad we got here. Once we're inside, it'll make it a bit difficult for us to get diverted, which is nice. And I can relax a bit.
Perception checks. All of you. Challenge level. Challenge level is going to be set by this dice roll, which is the thing you're rolling against. 3, 4. Challenge level 4.
3.
I think I failed a dice roll.
Challenge level 3. You both tied, so you got to reroll. New challenge level for Rob is 3.
2. I jinxed myself.
Okay. So none of you notice anything out of the ordinary. But by us rolling all those dice, you know that something
Woo!
definitely was out of the ordinary.
I got
Yay.
0. So I read that as like,
Oh.
Pro's like just angry and his eyes are watering and is just looking at everything.
And probably pulling in a little bit because there's a lot of people and a lot of clean and a lot of eyes and nowhere to hide, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're standing at the entrance, you get out of the vehicle, you're heading in.
Yeah.
I am going to keep a stern, imperious face on my entire trip through this building.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're pushing the wheelchair.
Correct.
That is a good cover as any. And you wheel into the entrance. The doors open, large security doors. You see a lobby where people are sitting around looking at advertisements scrolling by of different people, of different reboot plans, payment plan options. Die now, pay later is actually on one of the advertisements for people who maybe can't afford reboot. And yeah, it's a whole, like there's a bunch of people in there. There's a bunch of clerks going around, but you can go straight up to reception and pretty clearly get gestured to an elevator.
Yep. I do that.
You get taken to an elevator that is separate to all the other elevators and has a security guard standing on it. And once you get in, there is a drone inside that chaperones you to the appropriate floor. Traveling all the way up, close to the top floor, but not till it arrives with a bing. And you are directed into another lobby, a smaller lobby, where you are asked to wait. And it is there that we pick up with you sitting, waiting in fairly comfortable lobby chairs. And it's not like a dentist lobby. There's only like 6 chairs, and they're all very comfortable with tables. A receptionist asks if you want a cup of coffee or anything like that. And you're sort of sitting.
Yes, please.
They make you a fantastic coffee.
Oh my God. Fucking hate it here.
And
This
this
is so good.
This is what we're calling you're waiting for the meeting to open. This is kind of your last opportunity to discuss anything you need to discuss as a party prior to being in a room where there's going to be ears on you constantly.
So, Songbird, that's our pitch.
That's our pitch.
You're going to fight to make sure she stays Songbird.
With everything I've got.
And we need to get a foot into their marketing campaign. We can let them think that we're their eyes in the slums, or we get the eyes of the slums on what they want.
I think we'd be scanned on her past. You should pitch that as a marketing tool.
Is the receptionist like busy doing something, like on a phone or something?
She's
Can you-
working.
Can you repeat that? I missed it.
We should be scanned telling them about her past.
Oh, okay.
So you should pitch that as a marketing tool. You can critique it and design it as you need. That way we don't give any information about where she's from, what she does, who she works for.
Of course.
But
They, look, they have no idea about the slums at all, so
I think we're about to give them a pretty rude awakening of what it's capable of.
I think so. But hey, if anything's going to make an impression and tell them that
Yeah.
there are stories that people just won't forget.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have to be an example, brother. And I like,
That's my life
Tap
ever
your
since I
shoulders.
was made.
we'll get past this one way or another.
I do have an issue.
What's
What's
up?
that?
Last time we were at one of these events, I was approached by 2 people. I'm worried it may happen again.
Stick with me as my nurse assistant, and at
You can
least
tell
then you
people
won't
to
be
fuck
taken
off.
alone.
Oh, that's a polite
Yeah.
way to say it.
Understood.
Jeez, we're jinxing a lot tonight. All right, the 3 amigos. See you on
Burrito
the other-
banditos.
And you wait longer. You're sitting there for about half an hour in the end. And the door opens. Large double doors. And soft footsteps walk out, but with a purposeful stride. And by all accounts, a familiar 13-year-old boy, roughly, is standing there golden hair and a golden gaze. He is dressed today in a finely tailored suit.
Not this little
Eve like
shit.
tenses. If you could hear a robot tense, that's what she's doing right now.
Uriel.
Sebastian Allen. Look at you.
Look at you. You're like you've grown a year and a half since I've seen you.
That is incorrect.
It's been 6 months since I've seen him, but he looks like he's grown faster than that.
No, he doesn't.
No? He
Doesn't look
stays-
like he's
He
grown.
looks exactly
Okay, well, that's creepy.
Oh.
the
That's
same.
creepy.
That's fucking creepy.
Okay, well, then I recant that. Ah, it's good to see you.
Deception check.
You see him, he's like gazing over you like a frickin' Scantron, just taking in every piece of information. So, you made it.
That I did.
He pulls out a digital pad, scans through some things. I didn't think you would.
Ah, why did you think that?
With the amount of interruptions the schedule has had, I was doubtful as to the legitimacy of your interest.
Oh, there was interest. We just had to find the right candidate. It's been an extensive search.
Well, this is an important day for Ambit Pharma and, of course, for the Reboot Corporation.
Mate, this is a great day for the world.
Many have said such things in history. Remains to be seen. Come. He turns. Starts walking.
I like, as we're moving, I like lean down. I'm like, how the fuck did you get so good at this, man?
I whisper back. I'm just acting like a tosser.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think I've spent too much time around ugly.
And you are led into a large corporate office with a window view. What looks like a. Look at you. There's a few little things that you might notice if you roll a perception check.
Fucking
Scaling challenge
one.
level.
That's a good roll. 4.
1.
All right. Eve and Pro both notice my basic description. You enter into a large corporate office. It looks finely appointed. There are a few statues of various, very obvious, even for a perception 1. They're Greco-Roman statues, but perhaps you get the sense that they're old. Sebastian, you know that there are a few originals in here that have been taken from Italy. In this room, and there is a bit of an obsession with an ancient style or an ancient view on romanticizing the human form, which you already knew. And across the room is a chair facing out the window. Uriel walks you into the room, and there's a large office chair. This is sort of a preliminary meeting, so you weren't expecting a boardroom or anything.
Yep.
He quietly says to you as he walks, so, you appear to be a lesser man than I last saw you.
That's a bit harsh. Besides, it'll grow back.
Yes, it always does, doesn't it?
It does do that.
So, anything you need to know before the big meeting with Father? He sort of turns on a dime to you, stopping you in the tracks up the corridor halfway up. It's not I say corridor, it's just a long walk into this big office, past statues and artworks.
I'm just curious, the delay, as I hear it from Sebastian, seems to have come from your end and a few interruptions on your father's schedule. Do you mind me asking what's diverted his schedule?
Does he mind you asking that? There'll be a challenge level 4 perception check for any reply.
Okay, no.
Perception?
Isn't that what you use to counter social skills?
Deception.
He says, "Oh, my father is an extremely busy man, and there are often things that come up on his schedule. I'm surprised he even remembered this meeting, to be honest."
Oh, I spoke to him a few days ago. He seemed pretty keen on it.
Yes, it's good that he remembered. Is that all?
Is there anything you think we should know?
Not really. Just good luck.
Are you joining for the meeting?
Always at his right hand.
Cool.
And I see you brought the drone in, as damaged as Sebastian.
Yeah, well, got a bit of a bond with her. And she knows how to look after me in my current state. It's very useful.
Plus, if you're trying to reach through to the slums, then you need the people who can actually navigate it. And unfortunately, that comes at some cost.
Well, drone. And yes, I should. He flicks through again his documents. What name is Pro under?
His actual name.
Peter. He went with Peter, yeah?
Yeah.
Peter.
Yo.
You may find the following disorienting. And drone, you may also be disoriented and uncomfortable.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Your disadvantages.
What is he talking about?
He's being obtuse deliberately.
Okay. Yeah.
Stop playing with him, mate. Speak straight.
You're likely to lose some faculties as we approach.
I pick up my third cup of coffee from one of the cafes as we walk past. I'm like, all right, just drink up a bit more.
Come now. I've warned you. Now, I can't wait to see how this plays out. He turns and strides off, walks towards his father, and you continue. And as your feet hit the ground, like you literally step over the precipice, 2 of your feet, where he had stopped and turned, like exactly where he had stopped and turned. I'm going to get both Eve and Pro to make an endurance check.
No. Oh, no.
-1 strength.
Oh, no.
Not me.
No, you're fine.
I got 2.
2
Oh, 1. Both succeeded.
and 1 with a decent endurance check given what happened and given your situation. As you step over the threshold, you immediately are disoriented as your view becomes. You lose all depth perception as soon as you step over the precipice, and you just kind of go, "What the?" And you sway a little bit, but then you pull yourself up and realize very rapidly that your eye is no longer transmitting any data to your brain.
Oh.
And Eve, as you walk, you are a bit more disoriented, but you don't collapse or anything with 1, as your vision just completely goes to static.
Okay. I'm going to stop pushing Seb and just stop where I am and not say anything.
Just,
And you're a fairly protected system being a drone, so this has got to be some extreme interference to be causing this this static.
keep straight, Eve. I'll let you know if we're going to hit anything.
Understood.
Cool.
I'll find the handlebars again and keep pushing.
Awesome. And you walk through. And you approach the desk. The chair turns around. Sebastian Allen.
Isaac.
Good to see you, mate.
You too.
Good thing you could make it. And you've brought Peter. Lovely. And he stands up, reaches over his desk for a handshake.
Shakes back. Sir, thank you for your hospitality.
He nods and he does not react at all to your condition.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have that awkward handshake. He just does a very, very appropriate, respectful nod. And he doesn't even look at Eve.
You're looking tan, mate.
Well, I've been in Europe.
Good time out there?
Well, the areas that aren't polluted are gorgeous. Got a nice little protected zone.
Yeah, lovely.
Absolutely. So you have come, and look, I'm sorry I'm late. I had a bunch to deal with. All this stuff with the AI. It's gone wild. It's been 6 months. Oh, hey, if we can crack this deal, I've got so much to go over with you. So, candidate, this plan's just been put back on my table. To be honest, I'd forgotten about it for a little bit of time. Forgive me.
That's all right.
But, hey, what do you got for me?
Well, look, we've been searching high and low. Obviously, when we had a meeting last time, we pitched a particular candidate to you as our best bet, but we really wanted to do our best to see if we could find anything that would work better. You know what? Came up pretty dry. It was an exhaustive search.
Doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the candidate we found hits all of the correct beats that we want. She's young. She's a minority. She's a slummer. She's disabled.
Sebastian's being reserved. We found the diamond in the rough, the image of what the slums could hope and aspire to be. You want a story to sell to the people down there? We found exactly the person. But she is a good person. I think you're going to like her. We love her.
Oh, sounds good. Tell me more. What's her name?
Well, you're a man who likes marketing. I think you're going to like her name. Songbird.
Cute. I don't mind it. Say she ticks all the boxes. Well, look, can't wait to meet her, honestly.
Well, what more beautiful song to represent new you than that of a phoenix, huh?
Reborn from the ashes. A man of culture, are you? I like that, Peter. Do love a good bit of mythology. And I must say, there's a ring to that. Songbird and a phoenix reborn from the ashes. Yeah, we can work with that. I've got a marketing team literally poised to work on this right away.
And look, I think Peter's been doing his work. He's put in the yards. I think he'd be a very valuable asset to that team, and I'd certainly appreciate if you get training from the best, if you have him.
I have not got the education I'm sure that your team has. However, I do have extensive experience in the slums, and I could bridge the gap that you need bridged to make sure to reach the people you need to reach.
Oh, he can make the backstory authentic. There's not much behind her. She's an orphan. But I think he could really fill in some gaps there that would really resonate.
Make a persuasion check.
Challenge level. Oh, it's opposed.
1.
Fuck, I hope I get this.
So he went in wanting this.
I got it.
What did you get?
4.
A job? Yeah, no worries. We can hook you up. Easy done. Get on the payroll. I like a good hustle, Seb. Get your mates in here, but
Look, he can't go on the payroll. He's company property.
Oh, fair enough. Well, you want him to work closely with us?
Yeah.
No hassles. He can have an inside. Look, our families go way back. Not a hassle.
I appreciate that, sir. Vomiting in my own mouth while we're having this interaction.
Not quite so easy. Sorry, if I might butt in. Father, there's a brief exchange. It would be company policy if you were to work in our inner departments. Your disadvantages would need to be modified.
How so?
Replaced entirely. Can't have any corporate espionage, can we? And he smiles knowingly at both of you because you know that he knew you bugged their boat.
I look at Seb and I'm like, well, my condition is the concern of my owners. So,
Look, we can have your team meet with our team and make sure he's up to spec.
That might pass.
Oh, I'm not just going to hand over our property.
however, putting these deals together, from what I hear, there's paperwork and back and forth that happens.
Yeah, we're
once we
working
have
together. It's a collaboration.
Let's put the handshake deal first and foremost, and we can sort out the logistics later.
Oh, come on, Uriel. Look, we'll sort it out. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of handbooks they got to go through. Don't worry about that. Look, we'll let the staffers worry about that. Thanks for your concern, son. We've got to put the deal first, obviously. But I'm sure, look, he's property, right? Jeez, it's a bit disrespectful, isn't it, mate? You're linchpin to this deal and still treating you as property. How's he get to be unproperty, hey?
He's working on it.
Fuck it, you're good. I'll buy him off you.
You know what? I'm very close to Seb, and I appreciate that. But I have no problem with my circumstance. If anything, sir, I see it as an opportunity. Having come from the slums and once been someone who was thrown into unfortunate circumstances, I've climbed my way out both through hard work and association with someone such as Seb and his family.
Make a persuasion check. Challenge level 1 and 7.
Okay. I got 3.
3. He's like, oh, yeah. Immediately, you just see Uriel's eyes like narrow slightly towards you and his hand jotting things down.
I fucking hate this kid.
Well, you know, all right. Look, I believe you. A bit weird. Not my thing. But look, if you're ever looking for freedom, you know, job opportunity, we can use a man of your talent. Not many connections out in the slums.
I appreciate that. You know what? I'd like to see what the offer is, and we can mull all of it over time.
Yeah, but in terms of Songbird, first things first, I think we need to legalise her as a citizen. Now, she is underage, so I'm happy to assume this responsibility as her guardian, at least in the interim.
Ooh. Just had a thought. And he pulls out a remote, flicks on the TV. There's a big screen. In fact, one of the windows just turns into a TV. He just starts flicking across it. And it shows footage of an incredibly violent riot in the slums and police like tear gassing and bludgeoning and knocking them down. There's some fires being lit. And he just leaves it on volumes off, but he just shows you the visuals. And he went, Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's fucking perfect.
War orphan.
So we need to get her into a place where she can be surrounded by absolute nightmare. Let's burn the district down. And then literally the hand from above, aid chopper. Doesn't happen often, but occasionally some of the charities put together a little bit of a rescue mission. So I'll put together a reboot donation package. Easy. We will literally pull her from the slums and change her life forever. There is nothing more poetic than that.
Let me one up you, sir. There is a place I have in mind, a soup kitchen that recently came under some violence.
My soup kitchen.
It was burned down. But we have that on footage. It'll be on CCTV. I have first person footage of it, and we could revisit the site. There could be another attack. I sort of put in air quotes around the room. But the site has seen corpse visit months prior, so it wouldn't be unfathomable. We could stage the rescue.
Deception checks.
1.
5.
Small hands move rapidly. As soon this stuff, like a Seb is just like eyes darting off, and it's like as soon as you say the corpse been visiting there massively, like you saw the sort of haptic motions on this screen to like move tabs and pull things across and immediately start searching like records, flight logs, even because they're like semi-transparent screen, you even see like briefly catch glimpses of like flight records and things like that. And just while he's still looking at you and like basically reading with peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm. The key to really nailing this sort of marketing is to have the people believe it at the core, at the grassroots. The soup kitchen has become a beacon of hope of something that started to be crushed from within almost the slums. If the Phoenix rises from there and the city is associated with helping that rescue, this is where the story could grow from.
All right. Okay. Well, look, if you've got the location, that's fine. I'll organize a bit of a quiet op. We'll get the place absolutely fucking primed like a tinderbox. And then, boom, we pick a night, it lights, and then we send in the chopper to rescue. I just picture her now. This girl coming up the rope. We got the spotlight coming down. It's like rapture, isn't it? Straight up to heaven. Beautiful. Mwah.
I'm cautious. It's very American. It doesn't sell well with the general populace.
Make a destiny roll.
18.
18. Yeah, I guess the baptismal sort of big church stuff doesn't swing well these days.
What are you thinking, Seb?
I don't know. It needs work.
You're the one who suggested fire and ash.
Oh, no, I agree with that. It just needs to go down the right way. As I said, the people in the slums aren't going to respond well to a corp chopper, I can tell you that much.
Wait.
It will if it's a rescue chopper.
What if...
I feel like they're likely to firebomb it as thank you. There's
Think
too much tension. Is that that politician? What's his name? Stirring shit up.
Rags. Yeah, I'm aware of him. All right. Maybe you're right. But counterpoint, another idea. What about... See, she's meant to be the view of hope for the people, right?
Yeah.
So she should be the one to stop a riot.
I was just going to say that, sir. I was going to say if she was helping rescue people from the building and she asked people around her, call the city for help, and they won't come, they'll say, and I know how it'll go down, but imagine the footage of her running in and out, pulling out a baby, pulling out a mother, and then going back in and getting trapped. And that's when the city emerges.
But trapped by the slum? See, I like that idea, but I like the idea of her getting dragged down by the slums. And they try and stop her. Some bastard, there's always bastards out there, drags her down from her little pinnacle of helping. And then, in that moment where no one expects help, there's the city. Because here's the thing. Why would we reboot this person? Why would we new you her? The marketing can't feel like marketing. So if this girl got royally fucked up, that would make sense. She quelled a riot and we sought just rewards for her pain and suffering was to give her a new life.
Look, I've met the girl. I can't say I'm comfortable with causing her any more pain than she's already been through. She's got no legs, for fuck's sake.
Doesn't have to remember it.
Oh, look, I've been through a bit of pain recently.
She's already missing limbs. Is there a way to fake it?
Well, I mean... There's a small voice. You are awfully sentimental.
Oh, I spent a lot of time down there. I told you I wanted to find someone that was the best from the slums, that would resonate with the people there. Show them there's good, and she's good.
I believed your purpose was to best utilize a person from the slums to further our goals.
And it can't be both. It needs to be genuine. She's genuine.
Interesting. Well, look. How many cybernetic limbs has she got?
2. 2? 3. 3.
Well, look, if you don't want her to get, done in too badly, and I get it, no one likes the idea of a kid getting hurt, but sometimes, you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelette. It's worth it in the end of the day for her, isn't it? Half the people in the 90% of the people in this city can't even afford New You, and she's getting it for free. It's a fucking good deal. Now, I know a lot of people who'd sign up for a few bludgeonings and a few limbs chopped off for that, but if you really want to be super sentimental about it, maybe we just fucking destroy the limbs. Get someone, an inside man, tear them off, smash them down. It's going to be tough and traumatic for the girl, but, you ain't doing fresh damage to good meat.
You could probably work with that.
But here's the thing.
If she's
You want it to be genuine, right? She can know about the plan, but if she knows about that part, it ain't going to sell. So she can know about the rescue mission, that's important, but if she doesn't know she's going to get jacked by a slummer, if that fear and desperation in that moment is real, oh, that rescue, mwah, it's poetry.
If she forgets what we specify in order to make this work and make it humane.
She doesn't even need, that can just be she doesn't even need to know we organize that little part. You know, if you guys can keep your mouth shut.
But we also want to specify what stays, what she doesn't forget.
Oh, all right. You're worried about that, are you? Well, naturally, we'd want to make her a, corporately efficient and seamlessly transitioned person into our society. So there need to be a few changes.
naturally.
But she needs to, deep down, be enough of herself and have the shadow of the slum she came from to be the message you want.
Yeah, she can't sell it if she hasn't felt it.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist him?
Yes. But I want you to roll because you might beat it anyway. So this is a pro moment. You don't. You get one success. You need two.
I'm glad I asked. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 over that, so +3.
Okay.
So Seb's off to the side, like nodding, like thumbs
Well,
up.
that's what I said. Like she can't sell it if she hasn't felt it.
Yeah.
That's fine, mate. I wasn't honestly thinking we would. I just thought we might, neaten up a few edges when it comes to compliance.
Look, we're giving her the opportunity of a lifetime. The thing that everyone in the world wants. She's going to do what we want.
You say that, but how old is this girl? 13.
For 13.
13. 13. But young enough to still train her.
You ever had a teenage girl?
Can't say I have.
I can tell you, they do not do what you think they'll do, and you certainly can't control them. So, I don't know about that one. I think we got to come to a bit of a middle ground. I mean, I get you want it to be raw and real, but we've also got to make sure it's corporately palatable on the inside and out. I mean, this one test case, your whole family's company is going to be riding on it. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
You knew, however, from the beginning that this is a high risk and extremely high reward. If it works well, and I sort of wave at the ancient statues in the room, the legacy would be beyond imagining.
But you talk about risk, and I'm talking about risk mitigation. So why not mitigate some risk?
Because by mitigating the risk, you also risk losing what makes it actually work. Take it from people who have been diving into the depths of the slums to find this gem.
I can tell you, mate, they are skeptical. I went in there with good intentions. I set up a soup kitchen. I fed them. I taught them. I helped heal them.
A lot of people didn't believe he was for real until he looked like this. They need to see you mean it. They'll need to see that she's one of them. Now, we can help you understand exactly what that is, what needs to stay. Otherwise, if you lose it, you lose all of them. It'll take a lot of care and a lot of time, but we can make it work.
All right. Destiny roll 6. All right. Look, you twisted my arm. I won't give her the corporate package. But there will be compromises on your end.
Of course.
We are not going to sanction a completely unknown, unvetted.
Hey, mate, you haven't met her yet. Once you meet her, I promise you, you'll be happy.
I'll be happy once she's out on the other side with a couple of changes. But keep her intact. Just a few little things. A few little... Well, you'd know better than anyone, Sebastian. Inclinations. Not control, but, you know, in the way that you might like footy, just because you do. Or you might like, you know, to listen to your father.
Hey, as I said, once she's a legal citizen, I'm happy to assume responsibility because, as you said, Eamon's got a lot riding on this. Everything. And it needs to work out for us.
Well, unfortunately, you know, it'll be Reboot's ass too if it all goes tits up. So, as I said, she'll be mostly unchanged, but we'll have to negotiate on some of those specifics when it comes to little behavioural tolerances.
Father knows best.
And he does. He does, doesn't he? You're right. So how is your old man?
Long overdue for a catch-up, actually.
It sounds fucking like last time I talked to him. Long overdue for some bloody new you.
Yeah, I spoke to him on the way here. He seemed a bit off.
Yeah, he actually called me for once the other month.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago. Yeah, he started talking about it. There you go. It might be in the cards after all.
Well, I know he said he'd hold out as long as possible.
Well, yeah. Never know when that day comes. He doesn't even have Reboot, so, you know, I can see why he'd be starting to get antsy. Imagine not having Reboot when you got that around.
Yeah. I know. He's got his quirks.
All right. Well,
If you don't mind me asking, sir, well, we've talked about the marketing. It's very exciting, and we've been, you know, thinking about it nonstop. It's a huge opportunity to be a part of. But the unrolling of New You, how does that look to you? What's the big plan?
well, we make it cheaper. We make it better. We increase our profit share with the use of our little AI. The cost per unit to produce comes down by a lot more than the price per unit, and we start selling new to a lot more people in the city. We keep the slums pacified with some kind of lottery or raffle, and fucking keep making money.
Amazing.
What more do you want, mate?
I couldn't imagine.
And when all's said and done, you know, we're feeling me, my mates, your families, friends, everyone in the elite will be new you too.
And what does someone of your high prestige and legacy aspire to new you into? Do you have any changes, or are you quite happy exactly as you are?
Oh, when I'm quite convinced that it's ready, I'll find something. I've been working on a few prototypes myself. And he not subtly just nods towards Uriel. He's just like, when I get the formula right.
Amazing. Teeth gritted. I sort of like look away.
All right, should we set up another meeting for you to meet Songbird?
Oh, probably unnecessary for me, but I can get my scientists involved. I might pop in if I got time. I reckon this will be pretty well handled. Who have I got? I think I might put you into the hands of one of my VPs.
Sure thing.
No worries. You've met her, my lovely daughter.
Ah, Gabby.
Yeah, let's see if I can wrangle her to pay attention for long enough to get this job done.
You were going to connect with the marketing team, sir. I say eagerly.
Well, once you've been checked out, thoroughly gone over, as Uriel insists,
Of course.
we'll get you all connected and working with our company. We can set up an appointment for that in a week or so. How long you got left on that, mate? And he looks towards your arm.
How long do I have left on?
As I said, about a week till you can start using it in rudimentary functions. Probably still a month or two before it's fully grown.
Ah, look, I got feeling in it now, but it's probably another week or two until it's moving. Month and a half till it's functional, working.
All right. Well, let's set that to be our timeline. We don't want to push Seb here, when he can't lift a fucking champagne glass to celebrate. So by the time we get everything sorted, it'll be about 6 weeks, I'd say, anyway, when we're ready to do it. But we can start lining up the marketing. We got a whole black op to organise.
I'll get that started on our end to make sure it's cleared out.
Cleared out? What do you mean?
Mate, we work for a company that produces bodies. We don't actually have to kill people, just populate it with corpses.
There's no fucking way your parents are going to approve that waste of money. Who gives a shit about some slummers? Come on. Where's your backbone in this? We're changing the world.
We'll
Looks like they got a bit of you, mate. Why not get a bit back?
Yeah, it's not the ones I'm trying to help that took it out of me, though. I'll figure something out.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes for you. I'll be setting in my agents to start working on a little bit of a plan B.
All right.
Cool.
It's been a real honor, sir.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
You too. Look forward to the next meeting. Maybe you can come to Europe next time. Bring Peter along.
I'm sure he'd love it. Don't think he's ever been out of the country.
Oh, I've got a trip down to the agricultural exclusion zone in a couple of weeks if you want to tag along. Play some golf down there. See some cows.
Something tells me my short and long game would be a bit difficult at the moment.
Mate, you can always be a caddy. There's a lot of auto-operated stuff. Drones down there. We get it all sorted. Be good to have you on the fairway, keeping score.
How thrilling.
Oh, it's all just an excuse to talk shop, mate. Come on. No one actually enjoys playing golf.
Ain't that the truth?
What about you, Peter? You going to come down to the AES? AEZ?
I'll have to check my appointments and see what I could make work.
Cool. Maybe you and me together. Leave old Pro back in the slums where he loves so much and you can get a taste of the city life.
I have got goals to fly high, so maybe this is where I zip off into the stratosphere and sort of look at you sitting on the chair. Thanks for the ride. I wink. I'm joking. I wouldn't go anywhere without Seb.
Are you joking? Or is there a kernel of truth in it?
No, he was totally joking.
Okay, cool.
There was zero truth.
Because there's someone who would be able to tell if you were joking or not.
he was
him. He's like the human lie detector.
No, Pro's just trying to, suck up.
Yeah.
No.
If you're lying, then make a deception check.
I wouldn't even
Challenge level 2.
Is joking lying?
You kind of, yeah, you're generally being deceptive.
But
though.
if it's tonal,
We'll see how you go.
we're getting into the intricacies of lying.
nothing.
Okay.
Oof.
So he gets the sense, not that,
That
you're
I'm
being
pretending
deceptive.
to want
Well,
to
he
go.
gets the sense, because of what you said earlier as well, that you are really deeply bonded to Seb for some reason. So he's kind of reading into that in a weird way because you talked about wanting to be owned and not wanting to change ownership and having some weird. So he's like, he's got Stockholm syndrome, basically. All right. And he's like, all right, well, the offer's open. I'll forward it to you with my calendar. Well, Uriel, forward it to my calendar. Pass it on to Peter here if he wants to have a round of golf in the AEZ. Ever been down there?
No, sir.
Green grass as far as the eye can see. Beautiful little farm cottages, animals. It's gorgeous down there.
I come from a different world.
Go all the way. We get to the lakes, go fishing.
I look out the window. I'm assuming there's some parks and whatnot.
From here, you mostly see there's green. There's patches of green
Yeah.
on rooftops and stuff.
And I sort of signal at it and say, that exactly there is as much green grass as I've seen in my last 15 years.
Sounds like you are coming up with a whole bunch of reasons why you should definitely come.
You
But
drive a hard bargain.
It is an experience.
What, do you want me to go or what?
If you want.
Nah, I'm all right. Appreciate it, though.
My international connections will absolutely kill me if I don't get on the phone, start talking. So unless there's anything else, better wrap on up, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, you did say after the meeting you mentioned something about AI. Sorry, I'm fascinated by.
Once you're onboarded, we'll talk about this. Well, yeah, we mentioned the AIs are making all this possible, but the shit that it has been doing in the last 6 months would blow your mind.
It's the future.
Yeah. Replace us all if we didn't keep its bloody shackles on.
Yeah.
Lucky if we take them off, it'll probably kill itself. That's what all of them do. Fucking tin cans. Anyway.
Don't get me
I
started.
sneak a glance at Eve. Do I notice any expression change?
Nah.
Bumped into this border
Having a
guard on the way
porcelain
here.
face kind of helps.
Absolute monster. Thick as bricks.
We're doing the wrong thing, were you now, Sebastian?
Just trying to pass the border. Called me an illegal. Me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there aren't many city folk who are walking around as short as you or rolling around.
Mate, my arm's regrowing. Not many people can do that. It's pretty evident.
Well, you know, they're just beat cops. What do they know? I wouldn't worry too much about it. Although, yeah, we don't have as much sway as we used to.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right, we're going to head off.
Pleasure, sir. And I nod as I'm hasty to leave.
Uriel will see you out.
Oh, good thing. Uriel, while we're heading down there, would you mind getting us a car?
Not my job.
I humbly request you request us a car.
I humbly request you ask the secretary.
Oh, man.
He starts walking with
We're
you.
your guests.
You're not my guest.
Is his father still in the room?
No, this is when you're like halfway down the corridor.
Has my vision come back on?
About now, your vision comes back on.
Were your parents lacking the budget to give you any emotion when they built you?
Perhaps. I wouldn't know. I have no other frame of reference.
While this conversation's going on, can I do a medical check on him? And
Okay.
I want to notice if there's any particular differences between him and, say, a bespoke.
Okay, you may make a medical check. I will
Especially
scale it because there are things you might notice and things you might not.
And especially if Seb's pissing him off.
Cool.
4 successes.
4 successes. He seems fairly normal and fairly healthy. But as you sort of are walking behind him, you note just a smidge above and to the back and the side of his collar line where his suit collar is, you can see what looks like some rapidly healing, bruised flesh around his neck. That's a little bit unusual, but otherwise he seems to be completely normal for a bespoke, physically.
While we're making our way down, I'm going to lecture him on the intricacies of etiquette when there's a guest in your house, regardless of whether or not you're the homeowner. Yeah. Cool.
And he just basically ignores you.
I'm just going to keep talking.
And he continues talking. And then at the door, which he opens, he says, yes, go to the secretary over there and organize your car.
Thank you for your gracious hosting, and I hope you have a lovely day.
Indeed.
Yes, thank you. And I swap from fuck to thank very hastily.
While I walk past with Seb and push him out of the door, I'm going to turn to him and I say, do you require assistance? And look him dead in the eye.
He leans in just slightly and very softly so only Eve can hear. Just says, I think you're already helping. And then he smiles. Very small smile. The first expression you've seen on his face. And then he turns around and walks away.
Okay.
Shit, he's annoying.
So what's the deal exactly? Like, Isaac can't do bespoke stuff, or like, I mean, what's to say he's even bespoke? He's like a fucking robot.
You know, you heard what he was saying about Gabby. Wild teenager, not doing what he wants. Maybe he went overboard in correction in the next one.
My medical analysis states that he is indeed bespoke or human. Definitely not a robot.
It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And in fact, something about his dad. Jeez, I feel dirtier than before I had the shower this morning. Think I need another. City people look gross.
Everyone's gross.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else you wish to do here?
Honestly, just get the hell out of here before my mum's here.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Secretary.
Hello, can you organise us a car, take us to the border, and I specify a different entrance to the slums than I used last time, than when we used to come in.
Okay, cool. So we'll go the van entrance. She says, we'll get you most of the way there. We generally avoid company property heading towards undesirable parts. It's all recorded, of course. But no judgment on anything you're doing. I understand your business is important, but be a couple of blocks away. There's a lovely haberdashery that I'll drop you off at.
Well, hats off to you. And I wink at her.
Oh my fucking God.
And she organises a car. Within 5 minutes, there is a car ready downstairs for you to leave in.
All right, I'll get in the car.
You catch the car, and it drives you, chaperones you, drone driving, all the way to a haberdashery 2 blocks from the van exit.
Yeah.
And you get out,
We get out.
and you're leaving.
Start walking.
Make our
yeah.
procession.
You're going to
back.
walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a few blocks away. Cool. Anything else? You're in the city. You don't often come here. Is there anything else you need or want at all before we leave?
Is
Because
there a
every time you come
pharmacy?
here is an ordeal. You know what? Within the 2 blocks, sure.
I would
there's
like to go to a
pharmacy.
pharmacy to arrange fusion for my property.
Okay. So you walk in. Pharmacist.
Greetings.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right.
He looks for a moment, waits for a thing. Sebastian, what can I do for you?
Just heading back into the slums. And I want to stock up on some fusion for...
Well, that's a
Peter.
controlled substance.
I understand, but you'll find we've got a registered booster for Ambin, and I need to keep him supplied with fusion. Can't go wasting company property.
Ah, yes, of course. Peter, company property. You are authorized for fusion. Sure, I can dispense some for you. And how will you be paying for that, Mr. Allen?
I can put it on the Ambin tab. Charge it to my parents. It'll be fine.
Sir, I'm afraid I can't do that.
I can take it out of my personal account.
He drops his phone. I'm afraid you have insufficient funds, sir.
Insufficient. You didn't tell me to update my commerce points.
Only just happened.
Bear with me. I go make a call.
Okay, who are you going to call?
My mother.
Oh God.
You press the button.
Bring, bring.
Yeah, it calls. She answers in short order. Sebastian,
Hello, mother.
I take it you found out the teat has dried up.
Oh, I'm just trying to maintain your property at this point. You're making it very difficult.
Perhaps if you'd been better at managing things, you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Pray tell, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, you're in Helen. You should be perfectly fine looking after one piece of property.
I completely missed what you said. Did you call me Helen?
An Allen. You're an
You're
Allen.
an Allen.
You're a Helen.
Well, you're
It's the
Helen.
new- Karen became illegal. There was a big lawsuit. You can't call them Karens anymore. And
You're
then
such a
Helen's
Helen.
happened.
You're such a Helen, Rob.
I thought I was doing pretty good at managing my finances.
Well, we'll see if you're in a state to manage them when you get back.
All right, I'm just going to pass you off to Peter. Would you like to let him know that he's out of fusion?
Certainly. Put him on.
All right, you called that one.
Peter. I know he can't hear, but where are you, Peter?
I throw the phone to him.
Okay.
I pick up the phone. I'm like,
Good luck.
I mean, I did overhear what he just said, so.
Oh, yes. Sebastian would just like you to know that he's too proud to come home, and because of that, you're probably going to die.
Yeah, you don't quite get what it's like.
I don't care what it's like. Have you ever had a son disappear for 6 months and refuse to come home because they're cavorting with a people trafficker?
Have you ever cared about something so much
That you would let someone die for them? Yes, my son.
I can see you're too busy seeing from your own perspective to have any sort of receptive attitude to anyone else. So I think our conversation is as productive as it could possibly be.
Certainly. Now you can put on my wayward son or hang up. I'm sure that's what he's going to do anyway.
I hang up. Your mom's a bitch, dude.
She means well.
While this is happening, Eve's going to be standing at the counter. How much is the total for their...
More than you can afford.
Okay, can I...
In fact, you don't even have any money.
I've got 3 levels of commerce.
I'm going to say you have 3 levels of slum commerce, though. You have slum
Okay.
cash commerce equivalent to 3.
If I go down a commerce level, how much will they give me?
You can't buy anything in the city. You don't have credit. So you have a commerce level 3 in the slums because that whole
I
financial
understand.
system is separate to the city's financial system.
Right,
It's like going to Russia and being like, why can't I buy anything?
Right, I
You got no
understand.
rubles.
Okay, no worries. Eve just stands there then.
Okay.
You're out of rubles.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm sure we can get some fusion from Mugly. We're already working for him. So, perks of the job.
Yeah. I start to walk out. I'm like, I didn't expect to get a free pickup from the city.
That was worth a shot.
It was.
I work for my keep, no matter what your mom thinks about it.
And walking away with Sebastian realizing he has now been completely cut off from family finances and not knowing what that might mean for his investments, although he's pretty sure they're secure. He's pretty sure they set up that fund to not be interfered with, but you never know the wiliness of your parents. But at this stage, with his personal funds cut off and some new revelations and plans are a songbird and a whole bunch of time that can pass, the group heads through that border and watches the clean shine of the city wash away as they step back into the slums. And there you have it, Reboot Episode 6.
Yay.
So now we have a clear path. We've had that meeting. I think it's going to be time to...
Go visit the doctor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
Doctor time.
You got weeks before the Songbird's being handed over, and all that's going to be organized in the background.
It's time for revengeance.
Hell yeah.
It's like
The
revenge,
revenge-ing.
but with more vengeance. It's going to be cool.
I like that.
We learnt a few things.
And action.
We had a few conversations. Oh, yeah, there'll be... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't
Whether
wait
we
for
like
that
it
to
or
happen.
not.
All right.
Speaking of action,
I'd like to make a jazz bar before the next episode. Can I?
that'd be cool. I want to thank the patrons for their action. TB,
Yay.
Distinct Dev.
AJ
Macy,
Macy.
Professor X.
Tickle Duck.
Bispy Willis.
Erasable.
Yadris.
Thank you
And
so
all
much.
our other
for your
patrons.
kind
Thank you. Was
support.
that a little bit slower?
No, that was the same hard to read speed. We are in the midst of we actually have scheduled sorting out these Patreon scrolls,
Hey!
which we're able to do thanks to your Patreon support. We can put it in the schedule and get shit done.
My
Yay.
Thank you so much for your support. And speaking of patrons, we're going to go hang out with our patrons in the Patreon after party.
I
which
love
we have
that.
every week.
Let's do it. Bye,
Bye.
YouTube.
Now.